Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Lance from NerfThis.TV. Today we're going to stack up Adobe Premiere Rush, the iPad version, against something like iMovie, also the iPad version, so that we can see feature for feature exactly what one can do. Is it basically any good? I would have stacked it up against something like LumaFusion, but it is lacking a lot of the features that are available in LumaFusion, so that would be pretty unfair at this stage. But let's have a look at it and see exactly how good it is. Okay, here we are in Premiere Rush. I've got a project set up here which is basically just 3 clips. So the clips that I've imported here they're all shot with the Panasonic GH5, so they're in 4K, 60 frames a second at 8-bit. There's no log format or anything fancy about them, they're just straight 8-bit standard color profile. Let's just play them to see how the performance in this case doesn't work. That is very jittery. Wow, that is hiccuping big. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually see this here, but this is stuttering quite badly. Hopefully it'll translate through to YouTube. Okay, enough of that. On our left hand side here, what have we got? We've got, okay, this is all your media from your project. Okay, that's the share. I'm not going to worry about that now. And then we've got, what have we got here down the bottom left? We have trim. Okay, let's go to bottom top right there to the undo. I've undid one of the duplicates that I made, so let's just go through that again. And then, depending on what clip you're over, the next button on the left here is to duplicate. Let's undo that, and then of course delete the clip. This is to show the audio track, show your timeline tracks, and this is really just selecting. I presume this is for moving and editing. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that's there. And then on the top right, we've got, okay, give feedback. We've got titles. So there's a few titles there. Not a bad selection. And of course you can get more from Adobe stock, which I'm sure with a bit of, or a lot of money, you'll be able to get whatever you feel like there. Transitions, they only seem to have 3, so there's not a lot there. Your color correction, you've got a few basic, yeah, and what's nice is at the bottom right here you see there's an intensity slider, so that's quite nice if we can actually set the intensity. And then you can edit it as well, so you can actually edit each individual. And what have we got here? Faded film, sharpening, vignetting, feathering. That's not bad. That's a bit more than you'd get in something like an iMovie. Not bad though. And then you've got the sound options. Okay, that's not terrible because in iMovie you would just have your volume. That's it. That's the only sound options you get, and you can the facility to record a voiceover. So this is quite nice. You can balance your sound, reduce background noise, reduce echo, enhance speech, and of course record a voiceover, and then of course your transform. So here you've got basically positioning, opacity, rotation, etc., width, and your cropping tools. So overall a nice set of tools. I'm a bit disappointed that it's actually stuttering so much with 4K footage. Just let me show you in something like iMovie, you don't get, I think I've got got some of the same clips, so these are all 4K 60. They actually shot at the same place, so they're all same camera, everything. And as you see, there's no jittering there, there's no stuttering. Nice smooth transition. Obviously you don't have as much control as you do with Adobe Rush because the editing and that type of thing is very basic. you tap on your clip, you get some actions to cut, duplicate, detach audio. You get some speed actions. There's your total for your sound. That's volume, that's it. Your text, you only get a few. At least you get to set them lower or center. And of course your color presets, which you don't get to edit like you do in Adobe Brush, so that's quite good. However, the one good thing about iMovie is that when you're done and you're ready to export, you can go share, I think it's save movie, and you can actually export it in 4K and it'll export it with no problems. I'm going to cancel that because I don't really want to sit here and wait for that. Whereas in Adobe Brush, when you go to share, your quality settings, the best you can do, is full HD in 60 frames, which is what it's selected automatically. You cannot export 4K. Sure, you can do it with the desktop applications, but you can't do it with the iPad application, which is what we're interested in here. Not only that, but for this feature set, which as I said, you can get more of them in something like LumaFusion, including things like keyframing and the ability to modify headings and transitions and audio using keyframes. So you can pretty much edit anything and keyframe it in LumaFusion. You don't have any keyframe settings that I've found so far in Premiere Rush. And also, you'll see at the bottom here, you only get 3 exports. Before, they want you to pay €10.49 per month. Per month for the use of that. Now, if you're on a desktop app, you pretty much wouldn't be using Premiere Rush. Well, you might be, I suppose, if you're just interested in getting fast little videos out. But if you're doing anything slightly professional, then you wouldn't be using Rush anyway. You'd be using something like the full Premiere Pro or Final Cut, depending on your platform and your preference. I think this could be a very good application if they put more effort into it. I mean, obviously they're not using the same sort of, I don't know if they're not using the Metal API or whatever the case is. I'm not too sure of the technicalities, but as you can see, the playback in this is disgusting, and it's not any different to what iMovie or LumaFusion can do, and they can play it back perfectly with film grains, color corrections and all that type of thing already applied, which this has got none of that. There's no color corrections or anything like that. If we go and add, let's see, some disgusting color correction, I can imagine it's only going to get worse. Yeah, there it starts. Yeah, so the more corrections that you add, I would imagine this is just going to keep getting bad. So, conclusion time. What do we think about Adobe Premiere Rush for the iPad? It's lacking a lot of features, which I would imagine that if you wanted somebody to pay, €10 or just over €10 a month for the facility to have that. I know it does come with basically the PC version or Mac version as well as the iPad version. But if you've got a PC and a Mac, then you might as well use something like Premiere Pro. I think it's got a long way to go. I mean, why would you spend €10 plus a month on a subscription for a piece of software that, sure, you can use the PC and the Mac version as well as the iPad version, but it doesn't have half the features that any of the other editing packages like Premiere Pro, the full version, or Final Cut. So the only thing that you're really paying for is the ability to use it on the go. But it's a good start, so let's see how far it goes. Hopefully Adobe doesn't abandon it, because they have a bad habit of abandoning mobile apps that don't go according to what their vision is. So we shall see. If you'd like to have a look at some mobile editing using a package like LumaFusion, I do a course on that as well. There'll be a discount code below with a link if you're interested. I hope you found this enjoyable. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.